UnkleBTDestiny back with you. Once again, we don't have our usual filming location, so we're going to be doing it focused on just the bones themselves this week. I wanted to remind you that this is a reading for everyone in general for the month of March. And anything more specific, contact me individually. We had a good Pantheacon. The presentation I had, which was African storytelling, went very well. So if those of you want to come next year, I plan to apply and see if I can get on the list for that. But otherwise, let's go ahead and get the bones thrown and see what the ancestors have to say. All right, so we've got everything thrown now. So let's see what they have to say. Now, this one is going to be family. This one is going to be home, and this one is going to be work. Now, what I see in this one is that actually they're spread out and they're going in multiple different directions. Mind you that these two do have some contact if you were to follow their parallel lines. But most especially is that there's going to be a lot of spread out focus over the month of March. Things are going to be a little more focused in multiple places. But there is, except for this one here talking about family, most of the support is going to be around home and about work. And there's going to be some structural changes coming. More so that you're going to be starting to put things in motion. Not so much that you're going to see the resolution right then and there. That will come in time. Now, we'll start with the biggest cluster, which is this one here around work, which is next to both the copper piece as well as near the quartz piece. Why is this important? Not only do we have many of our support bones here, but there is a lot of spiritual energy that's going to be translating into this area around work. Energy that is going to be a push, an oomph. There are things and agreements that need to be made with higher forces that you must willingly walk into with them to make changes around work. This may mean applying for a new job or jobs elsewhere from your immediate area. There's a need to get out of your comfort zone. Have you been at your job long enough that things have become comfortable, become complacent? Have you really grown the way you could? So there's going to be changes that need to happen around work that spirit can help you in, and you need to basically ask their help and open the door for them to help you make that change. The aspect of the memory and with the quartz piece is tied to that in that aspect of what has kept you there complacent. Is it a memory of needing to be comfortable? Is it a memory more so around the fears of confidence and fears of change? Remember how you have faced other situations where you were lacking confidence or you feared the change, and what came from those. Did you walk through them with massive trepidation, or did you walk through it with your head held high and open and welcoming the new challenge that comes? So there's changes that are going to happen around the work front, and they are supported. Now, when we come to the home front, we also find that sense of change that's going on. And again, these things are supported. And by its own nature, it does have a sort of relationship with the quartz piece. But in this case, remember what happened in the past so that you don't do the same things in the future. You have the knowledge and memory of that time to make a different approach when it comes to your dealing with your home life. Now, that might mean moving. That might mean completely rearranging and redecorating the house in a new style, in a new way that changes the energy. It even may be how you take responsibility in taking care of your home. Perhaps are you thinking about selling it? Are you thinking about turning it into a rental property? Are you thinking about bringing in roommates? All of that's going to change, but do not be afraid of the change. There is support in the change, but do the change with memory supported. Now this one here with family, it's partially off the reading surface, but most of it's on. So there's going to be some family influences, some family importance coming up, but it's not going to have your main injury. And there's going to be stuff that's going to be going off the table, off the areas that are related to you. things you don't need to be involved in. But some aspects of our family may also be making some motions of moving and changing. Someone may be moving away. Someone may be moving their home to a different location, which could relate to the home bone as well. But there's an aspect that family is going to have some shifts in it. Now let's talk about some of the other items here. So we have this cluster here, the bones that are coming off, but form an arc, and they come back in here to where we have the home bone. So there's going to be also support surfaces, support elements coming into the home life. Things that will support you in other ways. Now, this could be, I'm not going to say, I don't think it's monetary, but I think there's other supports that you can have there, such as bringing in some more plants. Maybe even since we're moving to heading to the spring area, planting yourself a small garden to, say, provide you with some fresh vegetables. Things that can support the home and its structure and make it more nurturing. But these are steps you're going to have to take outside. You're going to have to put some effort into them. But there are things that will support it. Maybe even somebody's going to give you some furniture they need to get rid of. Or vice versa, you may get rid of some furniture that allows you to open up space that you had long wanted. For some people, want to have some space for like yoga studio or exercise equipment. So there's going to be the possibility, the support around the idea of making those physical changes from outside, but they are supportive, and they are definitely beefy ones. Now our other area, which we move down here to below the work bone and into this crest of things. And here we have not only the tooth, which is about nourishment, but we also have one part of the broken rib bone. And that's one that I see of having more to do with strife and its connection. It's kind of like the blade that gets stuck into things. Now, the proximity to the work bone does say that there are going to be those who are not going to be happy with what's going on, and they may have a bit of strife in it. These are the people that are comfortable with making sure that, let us say, you are there and you are always under them. You provide. It's the people that enjoy making life difficult. They get their satisfaction from being difficult and seeing other people sadly suffer. So there's going to be involvement there. There's going to be their influence. Now, because it's not actually in here next to the bone, it is, again, influence, and it's going to be on the outside. So they're going to be at a different. But there is going to be some negativity coming in and strife. Now, the other key one is the tooth bone here, and that's the one that's talking most about the nourishment. You're going to find a new type of nourishment around this. Now, that can be financial, that can be emotional, it can also be spiritual, but there is an element of nourishment in all of this that is going to also be affecting how you make that move with work and with the action of both spirit and the action of memory. And this is supported by these other ones. So there are other elements here that allow you to support it, but also get support. And especially this one, which kind of shaped like a wishbone. So there's also a matter of making sure you put some wishes into all of this. Wishes that are positive in nature, which should go without saying, but wishes that will allow you also to, what's going to happen, to have some growth potential. So make sure you add a little bit of wishes into the workings you do to make change. So that's about it from Spirit for this coming month of March. Tune back in and we'll have the reading for April. This is Uncle Destiny on behalf of the ancestors and the spirits. May you have a blessed month, and may you always act with the wisdom of love.